Hi, this is Ann and Megan. See if we could swap that around. Here we are. Hey, we tried to go Facebook Live about 10 minutes ago. We learned an important thing. When it's 12 degrees outside and your phone dies, the Facebook Live dies as well. So we're gonna have a take 2 here. This morning we're hanging out with our yearling steers at Roberts Cattle Company. Our steers are almost ready to go to harvest. I'm gonna put that around so they're getting big. They're about ready to ship to the packing plant, and so we wanted to take a few minutes to talk about something that I have been asked many times in the 21 years that I've spent on the farm. I remember vividly when I was in college and Matt and I made the decision to move back to the farm. Several people said to me, "Ann, how are you going to take care of animals each and every day, taking care of their daily needs, and then be able to months later send them literally to their death?" And so I want to talk about that a little bit this morning, because I think that there is honor in raising food animals, and I think that there is honor in offering that daily care and putting our resources into animals that then become food. So before we really get started, a little bit of background. I want to let you all know that I believe that there's different types of animals. There's the pets, like my dog that lives on my couch, or would live on my couch if I let him. We have cats that Megan gets up in the middle of the night to turn the faucet on so that they can get a drink. But we have pets that we honor as literally as family members at our house. We also have work animals like horses that Megan and I use to take care of these cattle when they run on grass in the summertime. And then we have what we call food animals, and food animals are animals that are raised with the express purpose of making food. And so Megan is going to take a minute this morning to talk a little bit about what a symbiotic relationship is and what that means on a farm relative to how we care for our food animals. So Megs, have a go at it here in the cold morning.
A symbiotic relationship is a relationship where both parties that are involved not only coexist together, but they benefit from each other. So, you know, you spend your time, your mornings, you put your energy into these cattle, you chip water tanks so that they can get water, and you get up early so that you can do the feeding process, and you put that energy into them, and then when they go and become food, you get to eat that food, and the energy goes back to you, and then you can use that energy to do the same thing with more cattle, and you can just keep the cycle going.
Okay, that's awesome. So really very much on a farm we have symbiotic relationships. We have them with our animals. We really actually have them with our farm ground as well. How can we use each other to have a better life? And so Megan made a really good point. We put a lot of ourselves into our animals. We very much believe that there's honor in being a caregiver. And you know, we believe that it's our God-given responsibility to offer the best care to our animals, because regardless of the type of animal that they are, we do need to honor them with offering good care. And so fresh feed and water every day, the ability to be comfortable, to express normal bovine play behavior, all of those things are really critical for us on the farm, and we give of ourselves every day to make sure that we get that done. We also give them resources. So my favorite farmer grows a lot of food for them, and some of it gets sold off farm, and some of it gets fed to our animals as well. And so we put free feed resources into our animals. And then when it's time to go to the packing plant, it's the animals' time to give back. And quite frankly, they give the ultimate sacrifice, because they do have to die so that we can have beef to nourish our bodies. And I know that for me, having beef in my diet is incredibly important. The zinc, the iron, the protein that I get helps me to be fit and healthy. I'm going to run a half marathon tomorrow morning, so at 8:30 tomorrow morning you guys can all think of me as I set out on my 13.1 mile trek. But I have been an athlete for most of my life, and quite frankly, beef has played an important nutritional role for me. So when these animals go to the packing plant, they do give the ultimate sacrifice. They do that so that we can nourish our bodies and nourish our families. And so I think that's an important thing for us to all remember. One more thing before I pop off. I'm not going to stay on very long this morning since I've already had my phone die once relative to the cold weather. But if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section, and I promise that Megan and I will answer them. But one other thing that I did want to mention, you know, I'm a huge advocate for reducing food waste, and I can tell you that I've become a food waste, an advocate for reducing food waste because I see what my animals give in order to provide my family and I with food. And so I would ask this morning that you give thanks not just to the farmer, but also to the animal that gives of himself to nourish you and your family, and that you honor your food by being a good eater, taking only what you need, making sure that you eat your leftovers, managing your refrigerator so that we're using what our animals give us. So I'm going to scroll around one more time here. And the sun is really, really bright this morning, in addition to it being really, really cold. And Megan and I are going to say goodbye, and we appreciate you guys listening. Hopefully you learned something. God bless you. Have a great day.